If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Nav is releasing his new album, Demons Protected by Angels, tomorrow, this Friday on September 9th. So in this video, I wanted to go over everything that we know about this thing so far, so let's jump straight into this. So let's start obviously with the release date. Over a series of posts, he announced that this was going to be dropping on the 9th, so tomorrow. That kind of just to scratch it off the list. We then move on with a couple of more information. I'm going to go over everything in this video. The next one I want to touch on is the cover art, obviously. And the cover art maybe also goes hand in hand with the title of this thing, Demons Protected by Angels. That is a very interesting title. And this is the cover art for this. We can see it's like a very cartoonish, very playful, colorful cover art of Nav like smoking a blunt, but his whole head is like different images. And in these images there's a lot of like ambivalence in here. We can see a lot of positive things, but also a lot of negative things. And sometimes they're like positive things kind of like inhibited by negative things, like this beach burning down or this mouth that looks actually very playful with like a hole in it. So maybe that is also a reference to the title of Demons Protected by Angels, so that ambivalence of both of these entities in his mind, in his life. But that's the cover art. Now we got to move on with the singles before we go into the track list. We have two singles for this thing so far. The first one is Never Sleep with Lil Baby and Travis Scott. That was actually pretty good. It was more of a turn-up single. I liked that quite a bit. I thought it was a good comeback for Nav. And the second one is Wrong Decisions, that a lot of OG fans will probably like. There's a lot like the old like self-titled stuff, for example, that he's done. But let's actually move on to the track list, because the track list obviously also includes the singles. So the track list, as we can see, is also posted and co-signed by Rap Caviar and Spotify, so this thing is actually going pretty big. So let's kind of go through this. So the first track is called Count on Me. It's going to be the intro. Can't say a lot about this. The first actual track is going to be called Baby. Now, we also don't know a lot about this one. Now, just judging from the features, we can kind of say a bit more about the songs. Third track, Deadshot with Lil Uzi Vert. Now, both of their styles obviously go together very well, so that's likely going to be a dope song. The fourth track is Never Sleep with Travis Scott and Lil Baby. Obviously, we already got this one. I liked it. Wasn't too great, but it was a dope song. Then we have Last of the Mohicans. Now, I have no idea what this is going to be about. If you have any ideas about this, please let me know in the comments. Then we have a track with Future and Don Toliver called One Time. I love that Nav is also, incorporating Don Toliver into this one, because I believe that the two of them could also make a pretty dope song. Then we have a song called Demons in My Cup, maybe a reference to the title as well. Then a song called Playa with Gunna, and then he wrote Free Gunna after that. So I think that one's also going to be pretty cool to see a Gunna feature. Then we have a track called Weirdo, and the next one is called My Dog with Lil Durk. So a Durkio feature is always something to look forward to. Then a track called Don't Compare. Then another Uzi feature with Interstellar. So apparently he's going heavy on the Uzi vibes on this one as well, but I can actually see that go quite well, just objectively. Then we have a track called Loaded. Then the track Lost Me with Realist K, so showing love on some smaller artists. Then a track that I think a lot of people are going to be very excited for is Reset with Bryson Tiller. Now, Bryson Tiller also today released a new single. That is something you need to look out for. But Bryson Tiller feature on the Nav album, big dub for Nav. Then the Babyface Ray feature called Mismatch. I'm looking forward to that quite a bit as well. We knew the features before from a trailer that I'm going to go into in a second. So that's why, we kind of knew about these. The next track is called Wrong Decisions, the one they already got the video for it, the song, so dope, one of those older Nav vibes we got on here. Then a track called Destiny and a track called Ball in Peace. So these are like, the tracks on here. Now, if I count through them, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 tracks in total. So that is quite a bit. Let's see if this actually turns out, to help the album rather than kind of just drag it, because a lot of Nav stuff can also get very dragged out. Now, the next thing I want to touch on is the trailer. He released this before the track list. We could already hear a snippet of the Uzi song in here. I like the trailer, though. It was very cinematic. If you haven't yet, make sure to go check that out, because I believe I love trailers for albums. It adds just some personality, some character to them. So check out the trailer. I loved it. Him, like, there's like this angel hand saving him, but then demons again. So again, like this concept of demons protected by angels. Now, also, we know, what these songs are going to sound like a lot, because obviously he's working together with Weezy again. He also, shouted him out in an Instagram post, Weezy, my twin with me for life, Demons Protected by Angels, September 9th. So there's obviously going to be production mainly from Weezy on here, but that's nothing new. We could kind of expect that. Next up, I want to touch on the fact that he's also going to be on a couple of podcasts coming out tomorrow when the album drops. First of all, we have a snippet for a Zane Lowe, Apple Beats, whatever radio podcast that a lot of artists do before their albums drop. So he's going to be on there talking about the album. And also he's going to be featured on the Full Scent podcast by the Nelk Boys, obviously, which I think is a pretty cool thing for Nav to hop on there and just talk about this. So he's trying to get out there with these podcasts as well. Next up, he's also dropped merch for this. The merch is actually the last drop of his V-Lone collab. He said it was going to be all at once, just this album as the merch. So if you're on the lookout for new merch and you want this V-Lone collab, make sure to go check that out as well. It's going to be connected to the album. He's also wearing one of those shirts in the teaser for the Full Scent podcast. Looks actually pretty cool. Nothing like too crazy, but it looks pretty cool. And last of all, I want to touch on something that maybe some diehard fans are going to be interested in. And he tweeted yesterday, he said, "I'm working on a world tour for you guys. What city should I come to?" So obviously he's planning a tour for this album, a world tour for Demons Protected by Angels. So he wants to do this whole thing pretty big. I like that. I like that he's, saying like, okay, I want to do this big. I want to do it properly. We're going to do this big scale. So that's Nav. Demons Protected by Angels. It was a lot to take in, a lot of information. You can rewatch this video to get caught up on everything again, or just, post any additional stuff you have in the comments or any questions. The fans are always there to help you. I'm also very excited for this thing because this will be Nav's chance to get some retribution for the last two records. I'm mainly talking about Emergency, Tsunami, and also Good Intentions, where those just weren't it. I like the old Nav. I like the Perfect Time and Metro Boomin Nav. I like the self-titled Nav. But this stuff over the past 2 to 3 years really just hasn't been it. But I hope he can get his respect back with this new record. A lot of people are hyped for this, more than I thought so. So I'm hoping that this will actually be a dope album. So yeah, that's everything we know about Nav, Demons Protected by Angels. Let me know what you think about this thing in the comments down below. Are you excited for this? Why? Do you think he can come back? Do you think this will be a dope effort from him? What do you think about the track list, about the cover, about the features, about the tour, about everything on this thing? All your thoughts, opinions, and theories, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.